If you know, Adebakwa, maybe some. And after questions in the small scale, some of my prospecting licenses, and I no mutia. Say, I want a coutia, and large scale, or mutia. With us.
When your baby grandpa small scale for no any. It's more car. Yes, now with the amount of much. Yes. Make money, baby, the amount small scale. A small scale, Juma Omoyen. Nananum size, so no more Juman. Small scale, also own 2 royalties. In the Panzamian, another Kenyan, more. My first best 1,000 acres for her. The large scale, no Yame Buana Senka, Bibi Benoit, Obutia royalties. The day I get 1,000 acres near the small scale mining. Omo ye Juma also. Omo 2 royalties. I didn't pass one and another. Ebinya, a few royalties, small scale. Omo Juma, Omo ye. The million commission say, Obi or yes, small scale piano. Or banana size as well. And I'm saying the beer the quantum of gold out to know. If and come yam rebby. You who say, a fibia now for some and biano. So, yen and so, attached to Juma. Royalties be silly, and as with Tiama Nananum. The entire mamma casa as a man was I saw a man says out. Or that forest. Obi a budget, Yaman 10 years. Oh, too good with the baby. Filling station come hanging on. Unto a royalties. Unto a bidder. And you know, say, Baby, I must say, one function, now small scale miners. Our more you know, Omuntia royalties, a man and Nananum to in your source.
Paname Pacho say, Yeti Hay. What the Atman say, ye review Emrano. As ye review Emrano, what jai license, no, Anna, for more scale and answer what they go so. The entire makers say, and I know you're the yard. The family be free in office. What the letter from Mineral Commission by Semaman crying to me to small scale mining, I will family, the family. If in office, since you have crab you. Miss Musi review, dear, I didn't know Mineral Commission who cost for the license in Emma.
We have more proposals, I can tell you. So, begin Janny attempted to the attempted. Now, the formulation what kind of Amrano? A holder of a mining lease shall sign a community development agreement. CDA with the communities that may be impacted by mining operations. Communities. Maybe we don't vision of community there. But when are the Igbo community? I'll be on the set up Kingdom Crowd. Oh, and a spurious mining company. About to me, I could try a non-existent, nondescript. Microphobia, no, so we call many committee na kushia. And among explicit said, shall have a man with the appropriate traditional landowners.
Okay.
Make chiefs because baby or what landowner no your family. But you must recognize the two classes in the family system. Until more cancer. Obey subscribe why or him. Now, 1% Sabio, I am for so a better short change. Until some Nana, you say, a bassa, not said, what's the community there? Obey, I'm not in the bank of TB. So, I one agreement. Now, on him crowd to only one way. Said, now, my butter and kind. I didn't say, oh, been a baby. It started up to 1857 and 1901. Not mean as in idea. From 1962, and at 126, at the Minas, and I co-chair president. And I feel Abasa. Nasabi, we have put up nothing, which is a bomb. Until holiday, Madama, I'm moving here. Said, I linked a community by a man, I said, a year, committee the anasa abati ho na obi uti ohun ti ho no obi a onfa ho kra oso enu ana akwa agreement enie madam mo hwe hoye mai na de to so bio o kasa no o kasa afi se de na minya na afi so hen kan no na bel dos ayi manning applications no ansa na aba but emrano one chebo say enam senti no ya change say ni ya beche emrano ana bia act clause 10 you be delete at the clause say aba be binding but say they me come from can say they all kind it seems like declarations of intent open sir but emrano so interest nti say interest no so wanya obi a ono ohoho onim ahemfo ehun faso ehun etumi a obahwe no na afi oba ono de opɛ ana oye but na de ma no pɛ ana de boa society no nti sɛ wenya wo de ba nka amendments amode man me ehun the existing act no any amendments amposa mo ye na sɛ yɛn so yɛpɛ sɛ yɛ review dia na whatever new clauses I say the chebum so yes I introduce sa clauses no but when it's here to amendments ground there not staff for ability to even offer new suggestions was said what beam ahodom no bia said bia for mum bie na I shouldn't be restricted to the opposite of kwan we whatever nti mo say the biba meaningful dia the body ba no the current act 206 act 703 you know mufamra when you corresponding to it no the clauses are opposite say change and na the people say e ka ho so e ba no mo me fa ka ho mra na Ghana for holistic view no yenya anso entimi contribute na ayesa dia the mo de ba the madam amwa papa
na pese busa bibi but do do na jabianka na ne me pese busa and he say she say na you pese ye dey say no a top bottom approach I pese no bottom top approach tebia no you hu ni say top bottom no dey anyi say pese ko bottom top mine so enye simple sa is ka enye dey small scale miners here you can I kafa we can say e to no betu aman om ni sikani bi kura musoma twa him say within 6 months from issuing of the mineral license also to be develop a community development agreement by that time now 25 acres now the man no mining weed in Sikako until hon say ade house ye hwe ni because 25 acres madwemu de isa na dey ma small scale miners
but we can manage na no what is the consequence no me no dey if say e pass am so I've been told about that this month as you know the blood to me is emphatic of my woman no say about certain no way no no so be the say be bit me so but so can say case do no if you not to come say ya so we go kuma so so say you about the certain no be who got to do about certain if say o no no so my you no go so me be say about the case do no so me dey if you no say you have no say Saturday dia so you so me dey am I no say you don't go so I could go so you buy no say you no say sia but you could say sia and no I'm not so sure to go I was so smart you had so the go so ekoba
or refer to the constitutional provision. It's another new requirement because Constitutional Review Committee, you know, and I bet you that thing. It's one of the things Nananum is a almost Constitutional Review Committee. far as any general which may be doing one, not me dad and Nananum, and I should be the last person should do that also as a chief. So that's my answer to that. Nana Jobini, your case is legitimate. In fact, your core central region. In terms of the servicing, because servicing is also process, you know. Central region House of Chiefs, almost the services bar. Because last year I called National House of Chiefs, you know. Not mistaken, I said, yes, the chief at that place. So for example, Ukraine, if obi the application, one of the back Konongwa will not typically serve, even though that is his area. But when we meet at the National Association, serve the paramount chief, serve the chief, and then also serve the regional minister. If we are both been into the process, 3 years ago, we saw Central Region, the process go back Central Region, serve the traditional council. Serve the traditional council. That's how they said. Don't because the paramount chief and all those are informing now. When you serve the traditional council, on the frame meeting, your core Western regions, they also said the same thing. I may respectfully ask Nananum whether they also want to go along with it, or I'll take advice right from here. Because they for Nananum, you serve the traditional council now open certain categories. That's my response to that. The other one to me, the landowners, because in Ukraine, the underlying factor was that when we say sit down with the community now, we mean the paramount chiefs. The best example to the landowners. Actually, so regulations now, you know about the film to make sure say I'm open and say open their captain because we are in for France and they know the best example. Me answer the other questions we are unfortunately not business and most penalties central regions for Nigeria now. Young serving traditional council process we now we should still go the typical traditional way of doing paramount chief and all those things. But the other one it's not a problem. Assembly, North, regional minister, no problem. But I want to know how Asantima wants it when you are serving a process on them. No, that's it. Right. And then the other one thing is that we not be found royalties, I think. But unfortunately, Ukraine, small scale for almost royalties that. If you see binding under the cooperative scheme now, and for 4 count, part of it will involve they paying royalties. But then the question is, what about never part of the cooperative scheme? The individual person also pay license. They are also going to now start paying something to the traditional council. That's why we are changing the law. So every battle. Then we not be sorry. Small scale more than the month 10 years, 5 years renewable. So what we are going to do is that Ansana only I inform about Nancy I concerning the community development agreement. You the board to us say you must sign before you start work. You have to sit down and sign. Like for example, we are not online sensor. This is called GEP, not the chief inspector of mines here. Ansana what shall see it. The same way, open relocation. You have to finish relocation before you start the mine. So I don't think it's a bit higher say before you start work, finalize the community development agreement. In fact, over public hearing on the EPA process, you can start discussing with Nananum. It will be a panel now EPA and send the local ratification. Now need minimum and she shared the other. So I think it's in the right direction. We'll look at it and make sure that we follow that. We'll check Kenya Mras and finalize everything with the chiefs before you start it. Small scale form, almost to the equivalent of $100 Afibia for the annual mineral rights. But said America, media, as far as I'm concerned, my main services right, only to royalties that. The institutional government, even under cooperative scheme, with this new amendment, is to allow them to pay some amount of money to Nananum. And yes, I change I bet from the royalties. I bet me a 12 year, you know, about and agree on some quantum of money that should be paid to the chiefs and the traditional council. We don't necessarily have to call it royalties. So it's a share about Sunni. don't buy don't try $100 I feel here as a mineral because we book our process or be a map or be a surveyor and we book up last case for per block almost $700 per block. Mining is almost $300 and the abandonance commission share inspectors see because you discover buying fees man BB. So that is my answer to that particular question on how much the large scale people pay and then the small scale. So I think that is it. The other one, the Constitutional Review Committee, meeting our partner, we face that mandate, and I'm a dada, Nananum, I think that one, as a man can do a strong petition that take a look at Article 257 again. What one shall be that? That was a same response from Nananum. I want you to be able to be any honor, Namani Bibia, or Chobai, into the Ubaminas Commission is here. Obi Baben, Mampo Hopena, and no idea about processing. Into many official response of many bedroom town. And then the other one, too, has to do with the small scale. Nana, we're casting the social motive said, was it 2-3 months ago? Minister announced that license be from December or so. No, how much I think so. A man and she share at the committee on review all the processes. Fortunately, Dr. Minister and the chair. Minister will buy on one sign license be in respect of that. Or 6 million she share answer. In the manner will be a number. I'll follow up on that case personally for you.
The second issue of some people coming with small scale licenses. When the NDC administration took over, the first thing the minister did was to suspend or cancel or revoke all licenses that were given out after the elections. And so if anybody comes to you with any license dated after the elections, it is invalid and the person should not be allowed to use it to mine. The minister has also asked me to chair a committee to review all small-scale licenses. God willing, Monday, I'll submit the report to him. I won't go into details. But the number of licenses that we looked at, about 1,278. From where I stand, only 316 didn't have problems. The rest will be able to raise issues with them. And so once we submit the report to the minister, this is the first time disclosing this, I haven't even told the minister. Once we submit it to him, the appropriate actions will be taken. Let me also say this. You cannot make a law for a nation like Ghana that will exclude some parts of the country. One is a law, it is a law for the whole country. The difference is that this time, instead of a chief sitting at a palace and somebody will come and say that a license has been approved for me, it starts with the chief. So if the chief is not interested, when they come at the very beginning, you tell them that this is my territory, we are not accepting small scale mining. Go and look for another place. But it will be difficult for us to make laws that will exclude some parts of the country and say that after this place is a no-go area for mining. Then the issue of payment of royalties. There is a law, Section 25 of Mining and Minerals Act 2015 requires that small-scale miners should pay royalties. I think it's about enforcement. And so we will vet our minds to this law and make sure that we get them to also pay the royalties. let me formally say that we are here because we believe that by the time you be here, by the time you bring your inputs, we would have learned so much from you. And so whatever we are doing here are just proposals. And the law-making process is that we have to engage stakeholders. Now this law will come to, this bill will come to Parliament, and we will take it through all the processes. So whatever input you make here will be taken on board in the law processing journey. But because I stand far, I can't see the name. Nana, who's at the last seat there? Nana Jabin, wonderful. You cannot ask him or ask this house to amend the law that they haven't seen. What is the default in the current law? And what do we seek to amend? All this must be made available to them. And then again, clause by clause, we are taking this clause out. Why? You say the reason. We are bringing in this clause. Why? You say the reason. We will make all these things available to you so that you at your leisure time can go through the bill one after the other. No, this place that they say they are bringing this, no, they shouldn't bring it. Our opinion is that they should do it this way. So you can create a column and put your remarks, then you submit that report to us. I have so much confidence in this house that at the end of the day, you will help us to do a law that will stand the test of time. I'm grateful.